Welcome to the Online Digital Marketing Podcast. We'll be discussing marketing strategies, trends, and tips that will help your business succeed in the digital age. Every episode, we'll be interviewing industry professionals and providing valuable insights on how to leverage digital tools for maximum engagement and ROI. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the latest trends in online marketing.
All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to be getting into social media marketing, and I think this is going to be really relevant to a lot of you out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Really important stuff.
We're cracking open why businesses want to add social media, and this source is it's packed with great insights.
Yeah.
Really relevant for I think, where a lot of people are at.
It's really interesting, right? Like, it's, businesses are really realizing that this isn't just a trend anymore. This is like, you have to have a strong online presence.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at these numbers, it's hard to argue, right? This right out of the gate, it's saying over half of social media users.
Right.
They're scrolling, they're looking for products and services just like yours, potentially. And get this, 2 hours, average person, every day on social media. 2 hours.
I know, that's a lot.
That's a whole Netflix movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, and it's interesting how much things have changed, right? It used to be companies were just kind of shouting their message from the rooftops, but now it's like you have to really build those relationships, have those conversations, really connect with your audience.
Yeah, and it's that digital shift that everybody talks about. This source breaks it down really clearly. I mean, we've gone from billboards and like the coupon mailers to, full-on digital strategy.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? I kind of miss those coupon mailers sometimes. Anybody else?
Oh, I think I have one from like 1998 in my glove compartment still.
Oh, that's awesome.
But you're right. It's a different world.
Yeah. And
the reason is, like the source points out, 4.48 billion people worldwide on social media.
Wow.
That's not just a statistic. That's a fundamental shift in how we connect, how we consume information.
Yeah, it's like trying to hail a cab when everyone else is on ride-sharing apps.
Yeah.
You've got to adapt or be left behind.
Yeah, you're going to be left behind.
And this source, it really kind of hammers that home. Consumer behavior has totally changed.
Right.
People are online for everything.
Everything.
Researching products, checking reviews. They're even browsing menus before they pick a restaurant. If you're not there, if you're a business, you're not in that space.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
Absolutely. Missed opportunity. And that brings us, I think, to the heart of why businesses are flocking to social media, right? The tangible benefits.
Okay, so let's talk about the benefits, because let's be real. Managing social media.
Yeah.
It feels like a full-time job. On top of everything else, what makes it all worthwhile?
So the source, it breaks it down into a few key areas. The first one being increased visibility and awareness.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Think of it like, you're setting up your shop on a busy digital street. You're putting yourself directly in front of people that might not have found you otherwise.
So you're in a prime location, but it's the digital world.
Exactly. And here's the best part. It's incredibly cost effective.
Okay.
Right? Social media, a lot of times, it'll give you more bang for your buck than traditional advertising.
Right.
You can be so laser focused with your targeting. You can see what's working. You can tweak things as you go. It's agile. It's efficient. And it makes those marketing dollars go further.
Yeah, it's like taking out a full-page ad in a newspaper, which is pricey.
Right.
Versus doing a really targeted Facebook ad campaign.
Right. You have so much more control.
Yeah, you have a lot more control.
Absolutely. And that targeted approach, it helps you build authority and credibility too.
Okay.
Right? Imagine if your customers saw you as the go-to source for, let's just say, let's say something relevant to their business, whatever their business is, whatever it is. That's the power of just consistently sharing valuable content, tips, insights, resources. It positions you as the expert.
Yeah, people start to trust you.
Exactly.
And that's huge. That's priceless.
That's priceless. And here's a bonus. A strong social media presence can even boost your website's ranking and search results. So we're talking SEO, which is like, the holy grail of online visibility these days.
Right. So it's not just being there. It's about doing it right.
Right.
Having a strategy and having it all work together with your online presence.
You got it. Now, are you ready to dive into some platform specifics? Because that's where things I think get really interesting.
Let's talk about platform power plays.
Okay, all right. Let's do it. All right, so let's kick things off with kind of the reigning champ here, Facebook.
Right.
Massive reach. We're talking over 2.8 billion active users.
Wow.
That's huge. Yeah. So if you're looking to connect with a really broad audience, it's a solid bet.
Yeah, Facebook always feels like that really reliable friend.
Yeah.
You know, like they may not be like the life of the party or whatever,
Right.
but they're always there.
They show up.
Yeah, it might not be the trendiest platform.
Yeah.
But you can't argue with those numbers.
You know, it's all about that reach and the precision targeting. I mean, Facebook lets you get incredibly granular.
Right.
We're talking like you can target by age, interests, location, you name it.
Yeah.
You want to reach dog-loving yogis in Portland who are also interested in like sustainable living.
Yeah.
Facebook can do that.
Wow.
Right. Plus, you can tap into the power of Facebook groups, which are great for building communities around shared interests.
Yeah, I've seen businesses use those really effectively. You know, like creating those almost like micro niches within the platform, like offering exclusive content to those groups, getting feedback from their best customers, even doing Q&As with experts and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great way to kind of foster that deeper connection.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, so let's hop over to kind of the other end of the spectrum here. We're going to talk about Instagram.
Okay.
Get ready for a visual feast.
Instagram, yeah, land of the beautiful imagery and those fleeting stories.
Yes, exactly.
It's a visual playground, I have to say. I get lost in the scroll hole more often than I'd like to admit.
We've all been there. We've all been there. But that's exactly why it's so powerful for businesses, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to reach that younger demographic.
Yeah.
We're talking high quality photos, those really captivating videos like behind the scenes sneak peeks, just things that really show off your brand's personality.
And don't forget about those hashtags.
Oh, hashtags.
They're so important. It's all about discoverability on Instagram.
Right.
So you put in those well-researched hashtags, people can find you.
Yeah.
Even if they've never heard of you.
It's huge. Hashtags are key. So,
Yep.
All right, you ready to switch gears a little bit? We're gonna go to YouTube,
Oh my God.
which a lot of people kind of pigeonhole it as just an entertainment platform, but it's so much more than that.
Okay, yeah, I'll be honest. When I think of YouTube, I think of funny cat videos and music tutorials and things like that. So how does it fit in?
So, I mean, think about it this way. YouTube is the world's second largest search engine.
Wow. Okay.
So people go there to learn new things, to solve problems. They're looking for answers to their questions.
Right.
This is where you can position yourself as the expert in your field by creating valuable, informative video content.
Okay, so instead of posting cat videos, I should be posting like how-to videos and product demos and
There you go.
customer testimonials, things like that.
Now you're getting it. Exactly. Yeah, you got it.
Okay. All right, so we've talked about the why, like why businesses need to be on social media. It's that big shift in how people find information, how they interact with brands.
Right.
We've explored the benefits, increased visibility, building relationships and all that.
Right.
We even talked about the where, like the platform specifics, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Right. Those are the big ones.
Yeah. So what about the how do you actually create like a winning social media strategy? Because this is what gets me. I feel like it can be overwhelming,
It absolutely can. It can be very overwhelming, but the source does not leave us hanging, gives us a really clear path forward.
Okay.
And it all starts with knowing exactly what you want to achieve.
Oh, okay.
Right? You wouldn't hop in your car and start driving without knowing where you're going, would you?
Well, sometimes I do, but it's not usually a good idea.
Not usually a good idea. Social media is the same way.
Right.
You got to define those goals.
Right.
Are you trying to just boost your brand awareness? Are you trying to get leads, drive sales? You got to be crystal clear on your objectives before you even do anything.
Yeah, because if you're just randomly posting stuff,
Exactly.
you're not really going to get anywhere.
You're shouting into the void. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you got to have goals, check.
Goals, check. Now that you're crystal clear on your goals,
Right.
you need to define your target audience. So who are you trying to reach?
Yeah.
What do they care about? What are their pain points? What are their dreams?
So it's like creating that like avatar, that customer avatar.
Exactly. You're painting that picture
Yeah.
of your ideal customer, their demographics, their interests, their online habits.
Right.
So you can craft content that's really going to resonate with them.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Right. And speaking of content,
Right.
this source really stresses the importance of a content calendar. Now, I know it sounds kind of dry, but trust me on this one. It's all about consistency.
Okay.
So plan your posts in advance.
Right.
Aim for a good mix, some educational stuff, some entertaining stuff, some promotional. Try to stick to a regular posting schedule, you know?
Right, because it's easy, especially when you're busy running a business, it's easy to let that stuff fall through the cracks.
Right.
So having that calendar, it's like your roadmap.
It's your roadmap, exactly.
Yeah.
Keeps you on track, you know?
Okay.
Now, all this planning and content creation is fantastic, but remember, social media is a two-way street. You got to engage.
Yeah.
You got to respond to those comments, ask your audience questions, participate in those conversations, you know?
Right. Don't just be shouting into the void. You know, be present. Be responsive. Show them that you actually care.
Exactly.
It's about what they have to say.
It's all about building those relationships.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And all that engagement is fantastic, but don't forget to actually promote your business.
That's right. That's what we're here for.
That's what you're here for.
Yeah.
Right. You're on social media for a reason.
Okay.
So share those special offers, highlight those new products or services. Don't be shy about telling people what you do best.
Yeah. It's finding that balance, I think, between providing value and promoting.
Exactly. Precisely.
Right.
Now, let's be real for a second. No conversation about social media would be complete without addressing the challenges.
Right.
Because as amazing as it can be, it's not without its hurdles.
Oh, I hear you on that one for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And this source, you know, it doesn't shy away from that. It actually calls out a big one right off the bat. Just finding the time to manage it all.
Oh, my gosh. Yes.
It's so much.
It feels like a full-time job on top of your full-time job.
Yeah, basically.
Right? So how are you supposed to create content?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to engage? How are you supposed to, you know, stay active on multiple platforms? It's tough.
It is a lot, yeah.
It's a lot. And the source offers some solutions.
Okay.
One of them being use social media management tools to kind of schedule your content in advance.
Right.
There are tons of tools out there that can really kind of streamline your workflow, save you some time.
Delegation, key, right?
Isn't
that what they always say? Work smarter, not harder?
Work smarter, not harder. Exactly. And I also love that this source emphasizes repurposing content.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
Right. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you sit down to create a post.
Right.
So, you know, take that blog post that you worked so hard on.
All right.
Break it down into little social media snippets, you know, turn those customer testimonials into, you know, eye-catching graphics, you know, get creative. Yeah. Make the most of what you already have.
Right. Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. Work smarter, not harder.
Okay. So time management, big one.
Big one.
Check. Got it.
Okay. There's another challenge that I think a lot of business owners can relate to.
Okay.
And that's dealing with negative feedback.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It can feel like you're pouring your heart and soul into building this online presence, and then, bam, negative review, critical comment, it can sting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to separate yourself from your business, you know.
Right. Exactly. And it can really sting when you get that negative feedback.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and the source really emphasizes this. It's not about avoiding negativity altogether.
Right.
It's about how you handle it. So transparency and professionalism, those are key.
So what does that actually look like in practice? Like, do you just respond to every negative comment with like a canned, "We're sorry you're unhappy" kind of message?
No, not at all. Not at all. Respond promptly, respond genuinely, address those concerns head on.
Okay.
And if it's a situation that, you know, maybe requires a deeper conversation, don't be afraid to take it offline.
Yeah, get them out of the public eye a little bit if it's something that needs to be addressed more personally.
Exactly. It's really about just showing your audience that you're listening, you care, and you're committed to, you know, to providing excellent customer service, even when, maybe especially when you're faced with a challenge.
Right. Yeah, it's showing that you're human, you're listening, and you care, like you said.
Absolutely. So let's shift gears for a sec and talk about kind of the elephant in the room, I guess, and that's measuring your return on investment, right?
Okay.
You're putting all this work into social media, but how do you know if it's actually paying off?
Right, because at the end of the day, you gotta make sure that it's translating into results, right?
Exactly. And this source, it's all about being strategic. And that means setting clear, measurable goals for your social media from the get-go.
Okay.
So ask yourself, like, are you hoping to get more traffic to your website?
Okay.
Are you trying to get higher conversion rates, more leads?
Right.
Once you know what success looks like, then you can actually track your progress
Right.
and make adjustments along the way.
And the cool thing is, with the digital world, we have access to all this data now
So much data.
that can actually help us measure this stuff.
All right, exactly.
We've got website analytics, we've got social media dashboards. You can even use those trackable links and things like that for specific campaigns.
Tracking links are great. Yeah, it's like having a treasure trove of insights at your fingertips.
Yeah.
You can see exactly where your traffic's coming from, which posts are performing well. How many leads, how many sales are you actually getting from all this social media effort?
Yeah, you can actually draw that direct line.
Exactly.
Which is amazing.
It's huge. It's like having a roadmap to success.
Right, because you can see if something's not working, you can course correct.
Absolutely. It's all about continuous improvement.
I like it.
All right, so this kind of brings us to our final challenge here.
Okay.
And it's a big one. It's keeping pace with this ever-changing world of social media.
Oh, tell me about it.
I know, new platforms are popping up.
Yeah?
Algorithms are changing constantly.
Every time I log in, something's different.
Right. It's like, how do you keep up?
Yeah, it's overwhelming.
It can feel overwhelming, but the source offers some really sound advice here.
Okay.
It boils down to this. Make continuous learning like a non-negotiable part of your routine.
So no resting on your laurels?
No, you gotta stay on top of it. So
Right.
block out some time each week, even if it's just 30 minutes, to, read some industry blogs,
Right.
subscribe to a couple newsletters, follow some thought leaders on social media, whatever it takes to just kind of keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening.
What about connecting with other people in the industry?
Wow, that's huge, yeah.
Because I feel like there's so much value in that shared knowledge,
Absolutely.
shared experience.
So yeah, join some online communities.
Yeah.
Go to some events, just chat with people. You'll be amazed at what you can learn from others who are, in the same boat as you.
Right. Because everyone's figuring it out as they go. Right. There's no rule book for this stuff.
Exactly. It's a constantly evolving thing, and what works today might not work tomorrow.
Right.
So, stay curious, try new things, don't be afraid to experiment, don't be afraid to fail.
Yeah, fail fast. Right.
Fail fast, pivot when you need to.
I like it.
That's it. That's the name of the game.
So it's really about kind of finding what works for you and for your audience.
It's not one size fits all.
Not at all.
Exactly. And it's about, and this brings us back to, I think, one of the core themes of this whole deep dive, and that's,
measuring
that ROI.
Right.
The source really drives home the importance of data-driven decision-making.
Because if you're not tracking it,
If you're not tracking it,
you don't know. Right.
you're flying blind.
Okay.
You need to know what's working, what's not working, so you know where to focus your energy and your resources.
Right.
And the great thing is, social media platforms, they give you the tools to do that.
They do. Yeah.
Engagement rates, click-through rates, website traffic, conversions, it's all right there.
It's all right there. You just gotta dig in and find it.
Exactly. It's like having your own little team of data scientists,
Yeah, minus the six-figure salaries.
Minus the big salaries, right? Exactly.
Right.
So as you continue to, kind of refine your social media strategy, just remember, knowledge is power.
Right.
Embrace that data, experiment, and never stop learning.
I love that. Yeah, so we've covered a lot of ground today, but I hope the main thing that you take away from this is that, a strong online presence, it's not just nice to have anymore. It's a must-have.
Yeah.
Especially in today's world. And it's not just about being present. It's about being strategic and engaging and adaptable. So take what you've learned today, put it into action and watch your business grow in this ever-changing world of social media. Until next time, happy posting.
Ready to take your online business to the next level? Subscribe to our digital marketing podcast and then join our Accountability for Success Mastermind. With expert advice from industry leaders, you'll gain knowledge and insights that will help you succeed in today's digital marketing world. From social media strategies to search engine optimization, we have all the tools you need. Learn from successful entrepreneurs and take control of your online success. Join the Accountability for Success Mastermind now at bit.ly/AFSM podcast.